Bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Cause bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the.
Right guys, so you may remember when I went down to Palmerston North and we blew the old gearbox. Well, I'm not having much luck finding another GQ patrol box, but what I have found is a mate of mine here, the gearbox in the shed. It's been sitting there for 7 years, the GQ patrol box. And we accidentally tipped it over and it was fucking full of water, the dog. My mate Calvin here.
G'day mate.
Captain Calvin, A1 avocado, prime avocados.
Prime avocados, fucking old barnyard gearbox reconditioners, you know.
Popped in to get his tyre fixed and he said, mate, we fucking popped one of these C's gearboxes open before that was full of water and filled it with diesel. And that seemed to last quite well. So we're gonna pull this one off. We're gonna empty the rest of the oil and water out of it, fill it up with diesel to the top and let it sit for a few days. And hopefully we can get a half decent gearbox out of this thing, but I'm not hopeful. Calvin is.
Should be good, mate.
Should be fucking good.
How about we go?
Well, tip it on its side up on here, on the side of the shift. That shifter's got to go anyway.
Is it? Dead on there.
Oh yeah, look at that goodness. Holy shit.
It's good to go on this box, brother.
Bear in mind, this is the gearbox we're going to take to the South Island, so hopefully she holds together.
She'll go down south, but she might not come back up.
Lucky we got enough room in the trailer for a Sperry. Ooh. There was definitely alarm bells ringing when I saw this shit, eh? Pull her up.
Get this action going on.
Pull her up, brother.
Oh, look at that. Degreasing while penetrating at the same time. She's got maximum penetration there.
Bear in mind, this thing's all fully seized.
Yeah, that's fully seized. You might just have to put a dry shaft yoke in it. Just swing on it with a big fucking socket.
Look at that, there's a lot of diesel in there.
It's like a liquid rebuild.
What, and you reckon run some of that red line oil in there?
She's good for synchro boxes.
Yeah. It must be the transfer case that's seized then.
Well, as you said, all the gears are turning.
Yeah. That's
It's probably the brake that's seized.
Yeah.
Give that a good fucking belt.
I suppose that's coming off, so it doesn't matter if we snap starts.
Well, come and whoop it off. Oh.
I've already tried to fucking spin it with a bar, eh? Did not want to go. You could be right though, Cal. It could be the handbrake.
Oh, the handbrake. It'll definitely be the handbrake.
Yeah.
Fucking step. Oh, the row. You can hear it gripping.
This can't have Weet-Bix for breakfast.
I had no breakfast. Remember, I woke up late.
Do you reckon we can reuse the release bearing?
You can release that release bearing. It's too.
I guess we let it sit for a couple of days and we'll fucking see how she fares. Hopefully, we're on to a winner. Hopefully. Yeah. As I mentioned, I've got to whip the transfer case off one of my old boxes that I've blown in the past. So I've got that off. Now I've got to whip one off the diesel filled box, whip that one off and then put that transfer case on that. But I might just let that one sit for a bit with the diesel in there for a few more days. This is the day after we put diesel in, by the way. And then just to give it more of a chance of fucking having a living life, but just spinning that's making a hell of a racket in there. Hopefully with some red line oil she'll be sweet, but not too sure. Got my coffee for the day. Basically what I'm going to do is split that off the box today. We're going to empty the diesel out of it. Once we've emptied the diesel out, I'm going to head down to Supercheap, get some paint. We're going to clean this thing up, make it look spiffy. Hopefully today, if I have enough time, I'll start whipping the other gearbox out. Otherwise I'll just do it tomorrow. Bit of work ahead. I want to try and have it going before the end of the weekend. got a couple of missions planned, so yeah, hopefully we can get it done before the end of the weekend and we'll be able to use it. And just like that, all of that diesel that was in that gearbox is now all over my floor. Oh, what a cunt. Okay, better clean that up. It's demated. Alright, so I've got the bell housing off, transfer case off, got it all apart. Now, the reason why all the diesels come out is because this generally seals on that seal there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drain the rest of the diesel out of it, put the cover back on it, go give it a water blast, degrease the shit out of it, water blast it again, might give it a nice little paint up just so it looks all mint. It's going to be a fucking waste of money if the gearbox doesn't work, but you know, everything else under the truck looks nice, so we'll yeah, make it look tidy and then we should be good to go. Whack it in the truck, hopefully, fingers crossed. She's all stripped down, ready to go. Transporting her all the way to the wash bay where we dispose of all of our hazardous materials safely. Wink. Bit of biodegradable degreaser. Alright, first little water blast, brought it up almost like brand new. So I've pretty much cleaned up my gearbox rebuild room. And we've got the gearbox in here all nice and semi-clean. That's not dirt, well it kind of is, but masked it up to the best of my capabilities. So we'll give her a quick blast of paint. I've got this stuff here. I don't know if it's any good for gearboxes, but I painted my engine with that from Super Cheap. They had a special on, 2 for 24 bucks. So I'll give her a quick spray up and should come up fresh as new. There we have it. One freshly painted, rebuilt gearbox. Diesel rebuild, looking bloody spiffy. Hopefully she does the trick. I'll give this a quick wash so it looks nice, and then we'll whack this thing back together. Alright, it's time to get this thing on the hoist. Take the gearbox out. She's marching her last march, everybody. Let's have a moment of silence for this gearbox. And we're done. So every time we take this thing out, it's been a different method, and so far this has to be one of the most creative methods that we've come up with to get the fucking gearbox out of this thing. We're going to try and turn it and just drop it onto the ground, I reckon.
Is this some kind of miracle we didn't see?
Alright, so we got the gearbox out last night. First things first this morning, I'm going to rip the bell housing off, take that cross member off, take all the loom off and swap all that onto the other box. This bell housing is basically an off-the-shelf item from a company in Australia called Dello's. They make barra conversions for patrols, but they also do a whole heap of other conversions and stuff. But yeah, this just allows me to bolt my factory gearbox straight up to the barra. So that's for anyone who's ever been asking, that's where it comes from. Gearbox is back together, loom's all on there. Had to put the rear drum brake back together, so I pulled it apart. I have no idea why. Clutch forks in. That's going to work. It's good. We're all pretty much set to go back together. think. Well, that was relatively easy to get in the hole this time. Got her up there. It's very, very tight, like up here. So you have to sort of like wiggle it in on some funny angle. But I got it all lined up, all the bolts. Well, some of the bolts are started. I'll get her in there, and hopefully be running in the next couple hours. Well, 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 Illuminati confirmed. So obviously I did think that this might be an issue at the start, but the top of the shifter sits a bit further forwards on the GQ box, but it definitely looks like a simple case of get a big ass fucking cutting disc and cut a fucking dog. So we'll get that done, and then we should be on. We're on, she's good. Those are water vibrations for how much it's thumping. I've got no exhaust on it, and I've never run it like this before, but it sounds sick. Rightio, the rain's starting to come down. Luckily we're finished, all the gears are working. Shifter's a bit close for comfort, but one problem we did have is that the spigot, the little bush that's in the bottom of the shifter was fucked, so I pulled the one out of the GU box and it's smaller, so oh, she moves under her own power. I think we're on. We'll go for a quick little test drive down the road, and then I'm just going to give this thing a big clean out. Oh, we have gears. Yes. Don't know if I want to give it any squirts just yet, but well, that was an actual mammoth task. So gearbox is in, drives alright. Oh, time for a hard and fast beer. It's 3:30 now, so I've got to go home pretty much, have a shower, and then head on up to go pick up a young fella and his ball. I've been giving him updates. She's a runner, she goes good. I won't know for sure until I've actually done a few miles on it, but I'm pretty confident. So hopefully the old diesel rebuild is going to pay off. So far so good, and guess what? Third gear. It hits the fucking dash, but I don't really give a fuck. It's just going to be a reminder every time I slap third not to fucking rape it, because you're just going to blow a gear, start smashing my fingers. But nah, I'll probably bend that shifter back a little bit more tomorrow, or when I get the other bush and take it out. But other than that, we're fucking on. This fella's gonna be stoked. Picking up me mate Dave, he's coming along for the ride.
Howdy.
We're off to fucking Natia. Let's go and fucking do this thing. Go and pick up these young bucks and take them to their fucking wedding ball or school ball. Probably give them the fright of their life. They reckon it's pissing down up there, Dave, so we're going to be doing some skids. Just wearing that fucking gearbox. Natia, all duties. How sick is this? Gearbox out twice today for this. almost as if everyone's too scared to get too close to it. Who's the cool kids in the fire truck? Would you turn up to the ball in a fire truck, David?
No, I'd probably be sitting in the fire and they'd have to be called.
Alright everybody, this is my daughter Alice, if you all didn't know. How old are you, Alice?
3.
And what's your favourite car in the world?
Daddy's.
Daddy's what?
Dad's truck.
And what noise does Daddy's truck make?
Choo choo choo.
And shall we go and make it some choo choo noises?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Alright. We just got the gearbox back in and Alice has been dreaming about having a ride in the truck since it's been off the road, and she hasn't been in it for a long time, eh chicken? So we're going to take her for a quick burn. I'll try and hold the camera at the same time. Her reaction's going to be priceless. I think you'll really like it now, Alice.
Okay.
Yeah? Are you ready?
Yep. Go.
Go?
Yeah, let's choo choo choo.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
She loves it. She approves. Is that the big tick from Alice?
Yeah.
Thumbs up? Yeah, that was sick. Do you want to do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Is that cool?